Yo, what up, guys? Fuck the Who. Where do I point? In Taiwan, Taiwan number one. It's funny. I went outside because I wanted to. I got to get this rant off of my chest just tonight instead of tomorrow. And you know, it's late. I didn't want to wake anybody up. I'll just walk around in the dark now. So then I stepped outside, but it was like I stepped outside and it's so weird. All the street lights are off. So this might just be like a dark vlog. Oh, let's you know what? Let's look around. I've never gone down here before. Boom, lighting. Whoa, the audio's crazy though. Let me go outside and rant. We'll come down later. So the whole fuck the Who Taiwan number one is because the Who really fucked up. I haven't been paying attention to we'll go over here with the light, to the whole politics of the pandemic with the Who and the world and China and Taiwan. And I uploaded that video for you. The link will be below, where a guy from the Who hangs up on a Hong Kong reporter when she asked about Taiwan. And so here's the problem. I'll also put a link to the first meme I made about the pandemic. And my first meme was about the Who shutting Taiwan out of the politics. And let me just quickly get to where it's all fucked up. Taiwan saw that this whole pandemic was a problem back in December and said, yo, I think human to human transfers is happening. It's not just animal to human, it's human to human. Back in December, they warned the Who of this, and the Who was like, whatever. So that was in December, and then all throughout January, China was saying oh, there's no human to human, transfers. The Who was like, oh, China's got it under control, no human to human transfers. Then the Who finally, in January, is like, oh yeah, there's human to human transfers. Now, after January, January, February, now we're in March. I haven't been following what the Who has been saying and not saying. But one thing, I remember I was calling it a pandemic long time ago because it was a fucking pandemic. It didn't take the Who for me to understand that it was a disease that was across many countries. It's weird, there's no technical term for a pandemic. And I think it was just in March that the Who declared a pandemic where, and everyone is seeing, you're seeing this now, if you're in the US or Europe or pretty much anywhere, it's all in the news, you understand the importance of how important a day is in terms of the amount of spread that, would happen in a day, or that happens in a day. Just looking at, the numbers, how in New York are jumping up by the thousands, right? So a shutdown that happened a day earlier or a week earlier or a month earlier is totally different than one now, right? All hell's breaking loose and will continue to break loose because there's a delayed effect of the virus. I think people don't end up getting hospitalized until, on average, 15 days or something. And then they're on the respirators for many days. That's the problem with the shortage of the respirators or whatever. Anyhow, so it's I'm jumping all over, just rant, just getting it off my chest. So there's this whole political situation between Taiwan and China. I'll give you a brief history. It's essentially the Taiwanese government, the Republic of China, is the government that overthrew the Qing dynasty, and they were the ruling party of China up until 1940 something, 45-ish. And then there's a civil war, and that ruling government fled to the island of Taiwan, and then the communist government stayed in China. And there's just been beef between the Republic of China and the Communist China ever since. Originally, Taiwan was like thinking, or the Republic of China was thinking they were going to get their shit together and go and retake the mainland. Like older generation of people here still might like think that. And then also you have China claiming that Taiwan is a part of China because it's just old beef. So that's like political beef that you may or may not be familiar with. It pops up. I hear about it all the time, but it probably doesn't pop up on the radar in the US and other countries. But, you know, China will do things like pressure airlines to take the name of Taiwan off of their thing. They'll pressure retailers. They do all this political stuff. And that same kind of political stuff existed to some extent. This is actually like, I haven't looked into it that deeply. That video made me like, oh shit. The video below. I was gonna edit it in here, but I ain't got time for all that. So that kind of political jockeying of like China, I don't know why they have so much influence over the WHO. I'm imagining it's a money thing, but it, like, I don't know. I can't comment on that. But that political, you know, influence has like caused a great deal of hurt, you know, throughout the world and throughout economies and jobs and death and health and medical systems. That like politics of like, don't pay attention to Taiwan, that's really China, is basically fucking up lives everywhere. That it's not small, but that, you know, political bickering. And yet, you know, it's one thing when it's happening on airline websites and, you know, things like this, but when it's happening with a health crisis that Taiwan, you know, led early to understand what was going on. And then, as you can hear in the background, there's people over there not social distancing in the park. And, you know, I mean, I guess I'm socially distant now just because of what time it is. But yeah, so Taiwan was right here. You know, there's a lot of flights back and forth to China. Taiwan shut that down early. They started monitoring people early. They started quarantining people early. They delayed school back in February for 2 weeks during Chinese New Year. They extended it 2 weeks. It was a super big deal. But they've been doing all this stuff like months ahead of time, that if, you know, the WHO had declared, you know, like that pandemic thing or whatever, like if they had hit the red button, you know, a month earlier, a week earlier, a day earlier, like every day matters with this, it would have, you know, it would have massive cascading effects that, because they were so delayed and so like downplaying it because China was downplaying it, fucking the whole world is fucking feeling the hurt. So there, I think I got that. I got that out of my system, got that off my chest. I said we would, let's go down here. I mean, I think it's just a parking lot, but I've never gone down. And I said I was gonna go down, so let's go down. Let's see the depths of the parking lot. I mean, all I was doing was looking for a source of light. And a place where I could be relatively loud without disturbing too many people. Wow, this goes down two levels. I've been thinking about teaching Tai Chi in this park. And there you have it. That is a lot of white cars. I wonder if there's a reason for that, or if it's just randomly like that. That's weird. This is a very sizable garage. And it goes down a second level. So there you go. I made good on my promise to take you down here. What links am I going to have? Hopefully I remember. A link to the video, a link to the Taiwan #1 meme, and a link to my original, I'll link it to Instagram so it's time-stamped, my original COVID-19 meme, which was actually a meme making jokes about the WHO not giving Taiwan information, where What's funny is the real problem was the WHO not taking information from Taiwan. That's where everything fell apart. Dude, the park is like popping at night. Damn kids. Anyway, all right, guys. There's the daily coronavirus, daily COVID-19 video. Fuck the WHO. And there it is, Taiwan #1. Peace, love you, stay safe.